Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we are not going to go plein air painting. We are going to go portrait painting with a live model at the Downtown Art Center in Honolulu, Hawaii. The only bummer thing about today is I have to wear glasses because there was something in my eye and I don't want to put my contacts in, but otherwise, it should be a great day. At this point in the video, you're probably wondering, why is she back in the studio? What happened to the rest of the progress video? Well, I'll tell you what happened. I started painting. The camera was like kind of hanging over the top of the easel like this. It was shaking. It was getting in the way. I was like having to hold this and this and this, and it just got to be really distracting, and I decided I don't want to record anymore. I want to focus on painting. So that's what I ended up doing. So this is the finished product. I took some progress pictures, so I will show you the progress through the pictures. And then there you go. We have the final product. It didn't turn out like a perfect likeness, but I actually kind of like this painting. What I did differently this time was I toned my canvas more of like a neutral gray-ish color. This is actually like raw sienna, a little bit of black, and a little bit of cerulean blue that I painted on with a thin terp wash, and then kind of wiped down so it stained the canvas. I wanted something a little bit lighter, a little bit more neutral, so that I could use some really vibrant colors. I've noticed that the last couple of paintings I've had a really dark canvas and like raw umber, kind of a little bit of color to it, and I felt like what was happening was my colors were coming out really dull. Part of that was just like I intentionally mixed like really bright, vibrant colors, where before I was trying to match like skin tones, which inherently were like a little bit flatter, and I think that these more vibrant colors read a little bit better. At least that's my experiment from this painting. So when I mix this color here, oops, that's still kind of wet. This is like a kind of a bright orange. This is kind of like a bright pink. This is like a very bright purple. But when they're on the canvas and on the face, I feel like they read a lot better. I really tried to focus a little bit more on value versus exact color match, and I think it worked out a lot better. So while this doesn't look exactly like the model, I did the thing that I usually do where I elongate the face, and it doesn't quite match her face. I think it looked pretty good, and so I think I'm going to start doing this going forward. I'm going to start using this kind of background for the paintings, and then I'm going to mix together colors that look way too bright on canvas. On palette, and then I can always correct them on palette. Oh my gosh, why am I getting everything backwards? I'm going to mix them bright on palette, and then I can always bring them down, knock them down when they're on the canvas, and we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm also going to start working on drawing a little bit more, so I can get the proportions of a painting in my quick sketch a little bit more easily before I do a painting. So please stand by. Please subscribe, because I'm gonna have a lot of shorts of these videos of me kind of like sketching and drawing. I feel like that's gonna help with getting the initial sketch in the painting and the proportions a little bit more easily. I might also bring like a paper and a charcoal stick to kind of just do a quick sketch before I actually paint. I find that when I do my longer paintings, that this is like really helpful in making sure that I have proportions and everything down, because I've already done it once, and then when I move on to oil, it's really helpful. So I think if I could just do like a quick 5-minute, maybe even like a 10-15 minute sketch, I think that will actually, on paper, if I do a quick 10-15 minute sketch of charcoal on paper to get the proportions and everything right, I think that will actually help my overall painting. That might take time from the actual painting, but I might get more of a likeness. So we'll see. I might try that next time. Anyways, thanks for following. Most people probably didn't even notice this like format change in the video because most people don't watch to the end. But if you did, say you like format change, or say you like to see the whole process all the way through and suffer through having a camera, recording the process, and focus on that rather than painting. Just kidding, that's me being sarcastic. But anyways, thanks for watching. Toodles!